Monday, and it's time to talk technology with our expert, Luis Alvarez of the Alvarez Technology Group. Hi, Luis.
Hi, Mark. How are you today?
Doing really well. So let's talk a little bit about the government finally starting to care about cryptocurrency. And I understand that President Biden is asking the Treasury Department to examine the feasibility of a digital dollar. What's happening here?
Well, for the long time, the cryptocurrency market has been pretty independent with very, very few rules other than buyer beware, right? There's a lot of these crypto products out there, and all of them are essentially just backed by nothing other than the full faith and service of the people that own the coins. But now the government is starting to say, hey, maybe this is something that we need to manage or regulate a little bit more, and maybe even put out our own Fedcoin to compete with the marketplace that's out there. Because quite frankly, what countries around the world are starting to discover is that these independent markets that are functioning as currency markets aren't being controlled by anybody. And when a country can't control its own currency or currency markets within its borders, that creates some problems.
So I understand that the cryptocurrency market is valued at approximately $1.7 trillion. So that shows the industry is really growing, and the administration seems to be aware of the importance, and I would imagine that they don't want to miss the boat on this kind of thing.
Yeah, and they also don't want to see the continued use of cryptocurrencies to fund and finance cybercrime and terrorism, especially now that you have Russia saying that they may force countries that they buy their oil to pay them in Bitcoin rather than in other currencies, because they can't do anything with those other currencies. All those assets are frozen. But if they were paid with cryptocurrencies, then they could move those around and convert those to dollars in places that would allow that.
Obviously, the thing that you mentioned that's so important is that they use the value of the dollar as the world's reserve currency as a hammer against nations that they don't believe are playing fair or doing right. And then if the dollar is devalued or becomes less important for a country like Russia to use, then that kind of mitigates some of the effect that you can have by trying to punish them by freezing their assets. So it's something we're going to have to watch. Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us here on Power Talk. Online, it's alvareztg.com. At AlvarezTG is the Twitter handle. And Luis, the toll-free number for the I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-Team. That's 866-784-8326.